Good morning, class. Let us study a new lesson from science, that is plant life. It is your fifth lesson. It is plant life. So, all of you have seen different varieties of plants around you. In the environment, we see varieties of plants with different size. At the same time, you have garden plants at home, vegetable plants at home, garden plants with varieties of beautiful flowers, isn't it? Yes. You know that most plants grow from seeds. What do you think is present inside a seed? Did you all see a seed, children? Have you all opened a seed and see what is there inside? Okay, you can store seeds for many days, even years before you plant them. Most seeds will germinate as soon as they get water. Do all plants grow only from seeds? From this lesson, you will be studying. You will come to know how plants grow from seeds and also from other body parts. You will study the structure of a seed. You will list the conditions necessary for germination of plants or the seeds. You will describe how seeds are dispersed, and you will study about the conditions required for the growth of crops. All this you will be studying in this lesson. First of all, how do plants reproduce? What do you mean by reproduction? Giving birth to young ones of its own kind, it may be plants or it may be animals, is known as reproduction. So, in this lesson, we are studying about plants. How do plants reproduce? Plants can reproduce in many ways. We see most of the plants that we see around us reproduce through seeds. Isn't it? When we put the seeds in the soil, when we give them the water, it begins to form a new life. It comes out with greenish color, new plant. Isn't it? Some plants can reproduce from body parts. It may be like leaves, stems and roots. Ferns and mosses. Ferns and mosses are also a type of plant. You may have different types of ferns at home. And mosses are the small plants. And they produce tiny seed-like structures known as the spores. They are seed-like structures, not the seeds, or a different type of seed we can say. It is smaller than the seeds. So they are known as spores. New plants arise from the spores. Now, in detail, we shall study one by one where the plant reproduces from the stem, or it may be from the leaf, or it may be from the root. Reproduction from the stem. You may have seen new shoots coming out from potatoes or ginger which is stored in your kitchen. All of you love potato, isn't it, children? You like to eat potatoes very much. So potatoes and ginger are considered to be the stems of the plant. They are underground stem. They are growing under the soil. So it is said to be underground stems. Can we grow new plants from these potato or ginger? Of course, we can grow. If you see the potato carefully, you will find that it has small buds in it. Can you see the buds here? Yes. So, these buds are called as eyes of potato. And new plants grow from these buds. So, from the stem also we can grow new plants. The ginger plant The turmeric plant also grows from buds. All know about onion. Onion is also an underground stem with fleshy leaves. Since it has got fleshy leaves, it is considered to be the bulb. It is said as bulb. New plants can be grown from onion bulbs. Usually what the farmers and gardeners do is they bring pieces of stem which has got one or two buds on them, and they grow them into new plants. And these pieces with one or two buds on them are said to be the stem cuttings. Usually the farmers grow rose, hibiscus, bougainvillea, sugarcane, or it may be crotons also from their stem cuttings. Usually we do what? When we go to our relative's house, we borrow the stem cuttings of rose, or it may be hibiscus or bougainvillea, isn't it, children? We bring home and we grow them into new plants. Strawberry plants have long stems that run along the ground. They are called as runners. Many plants have long stem. It may be strawberry, which run along the ground, and they are said to be the runners. New plants grow from the runners. Okay. Reproduction from leaves. There is a plant called bryophyllum which has got thick and fleshy leaves. The leaves have buds along the edges. In the margin of the leaf, you can see buds coming out in the leaves. So these buds will grow into new plants when the leaf drop down into the ground. These buds grow into adult plants. Reproduction from roots. Many roots of the plants, such as sweet potato and carrot, produce new plants. If the part of a root, it may be sweet potato or carrot, is grown in soil, and if it is watered regularly, it grows into new plants. Here an activity is given for you children, where you have to take a sweet potato and you have to put it in a jam bottle which contains water in it. See how the sweet potato is supported with the help of toothpicks here, and it is half immersed in water. So after few days, you can see that the sweet potatoes gives out leaves, or it grows into a new plant. Can you all do this activity at home? Yes, hope so you will do it. Reproduction from seeds. Most of the plants will grow from seeds, and seeds are usually found inside the fruits. The seeds are of different shapes and sizes also. And new plants are grown when seeds fall on the soil and they germinate. If we study the structure of a seed, what to do now? What we have to do is, we have to take few seeds of beans or chana. Since they are very hard and dry, we cannot break it easily. So what we have to do? We have to soak these seeds in water and leave them overnight. The next day, you have to take a soaked seed and look into it carefully. It will be softer and it would be swollen also. Why it would be swollen? Because the seeds absorbs water and it will swell. If we see the seed carefully, see here, the picture of a seed is given. The thick outer covering of the seed will protect the seed. The outer covering of the seed is said to be the seed coat. What is it? It is the seed coat. It protects the seed. On one side of the seed, we can see a small scar. That means there will be a mark on it. So this is the region where the seed was attached to the fruit. Near the scar, there is a small hole, or in the scar we can say that there is a small hole which may not be visible properly. We cannot see it properly. And this hole allows water to enter and makes the seed to swell up. If we remove the seed coat, then we can see that the seed has two leaves called the cotyledons. These two are known as cotyledons. Between the cotyledons, there is a small baby plant called the embryo. This is called the embryo. The embryo contains a baby shoot and baby root also. These two are the cotyledons. The seed leaves will protect the baby plant. They will also store food for the growth of this baby plant. All seeds do not have two cotyledons. Some seeds such as corn have only one cotyledon. If the seed has two cotyledons, then it is called as dicot seed. If the seed has only one cotyledon, then the seed is said to be monocot seed. Children, do you think if you put the seeds in the soil, will it be able to grow into a new plant? So, what are the conditions necessary for the seed to germinate? So, let us see. For the seeds to germinate or to grow into a baby plant, it needs water, air, and warmth. Then only it will grow into new plant. They do not grow if one of these is missing. If any one thing out of the three, it may be water or it may be air or it may be warmth, is missing, if they do not get it properly, then the seed will not grow into new plant. It may decay and die. Or sometimes it may not grow at all. It may remain as it is in the soil. Seeds use the food stored in the cotyledons to grow. So you all have studied about the cotyledons. Seeds may have one cotyledon or it may have two cotyledons. So the food which is stored in the cotyledon is used for the growth of the seeds. What do you mean by germination? The growth of a baby plant from a seed is said to be germination. The growth of a baby plant from a seed is called germination. And the baby plant is called as seedling. The baby plant is said to be the seedling. And the process of growth of a baby plant from the seed is called as germination. And what is necessary for germination? Enough water, air and warmth. Then only the seed will grow into new plant. Here is an activity for you to do at home, children. You have to take 4 small dishes and you have to take a bit of cotton in it. What you have to place inside the cotton is the bean seeds or gram seeds. Then you have to keep the dishes in the conditions mentioned in this table, and you have to observe the seeds for a few days. And then you have to write down whether the seeds will start to grow or not. And you have to write your conclusion also. So the first condition is wet the cotton and add water regularly to keep it wet. Keep it in a warm place such as in kitchen. So what you do is you have to pour water to the cotton regularly every day, and you have to keep it in a warm place. When you do so, the seeds will get water, air and warmth. What may be your conclusion? Whether the seeds will grow after few days or not, you have to write it here. The second condition, with the second dish, what you will do? You will wet the cotton and add water regularly to keep it wet. Keep it in the refrigerator. So the seeds will get water and air but not the warmth. So will the seeds grow or not? You have to write it. The third condition is you will do it with the third dish. You will not wet the cotton. You will not pour any water into the dish. You will keep it in a warm place as it is. So the seeds will get air and warmth but no water. Will the seed grow? You have to write your observation here in this block. What you will do with the fourth dish? You will add enough boiled water to cover the seeds and keep it in a warm place. So the seeds will get water and warmth but no air. So what do you think? Will the seed grow into new plant? You have to write it here in the box given. Okay, that is your activity for the week.